Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. 2nd of January. So basically, um, how are you doing? It's New Year's, isn't it? And for someone to be a stress, a new life, new way of life, and we need to focus on health. That's something which I learned a little bit late in life. To be fair, I was always quite fit when I was younger, naturally fit. I didn't realise how precious life was until I was in hospital in 2019 when I was seriously ill, and that's what we talk about tonight. How you've got to focus on your health, why you should focus on your health, and how to do it. Because without that, you have nothing. How much money you've got, what status you are, what status what possessions you have, or what car you drive. If you've got your health, you have nothing, zero, numero uno, nothing, nothing. And so you need to focus on your sobriety, make that your priority every day, and that is paramount, 100%. If you don't focus on your health, it'll slip by, and years creep up, years creep by, and 1 minute you're 20, next minute you're 50. That's how it seems. You might have lived a bit in the middle, but a lot of the time, a lot of us have been boozing. Hi, Christopher. Name is Stephen. All hope you had a good day. Yeah, all good, thanks. Been quite a busy day. Not with this, with something else. And been a lot of people joining the WhatsApp group. Um, if you want to have a look at the WhatsApp group, I'm going to start doing some videos on there. It's quite a good chat place. If you want to do that, just get in touch with me here. I'll get a link to it someday when I get figured out the technicalities. Um, so yeah, had a good day. Randy man, good day. We made it another year so grass roll. That's good. Yeah, brilliant. Nice to see you on here. Um, it's a big achievement if you can beat alcohol. A lot of people can't beat it, and small percentage of people actually stay sober for life. Sadly, because it's very addictive. Most people don't know how addictive it is until it's too late. To be fair, I didn't realize how addictive it was. It's absolutely horrendous, and just fell into the trap like millions of others every day who drink every single day. Every 10 seconds, somebody dies of alcohol-related illness or cause or numerous reasons. Simon, how you doing? You're just doing back to work today for me. Shot it to the system back in the day. I would have been a total wreck. Thankfully, not now. You see how difficult it was, Simon? It must have been horrendous. I was the same. I don't know how I did it. How did I go and function even 50% when I've been drinking? The fears of going back to work after time off were huge. And to go back, it's like, wow, it's a different one. Because when you're drinking and you've got time off, it's easy. Isn't it? That was one of the problems I had. I retired quite early in life. And I thought, well, I've got loads of time now. You have a lie in. So you drink and you get a bit more, and it slowly catches up with you. You don't realize how much you're damaging your health until something goes wrong. And what went wrong with me was a slow process of anxiety. I didn't realize how ill I was until I was actually diagnosed with the problem. I used to go to Wellman clinics, and blood tests used to come back as okay. Later down the line, 2019, I was told the damage to my liver was done when I was young. So I was having blood tests when I was older. It came back clear. Now I've got cirrhosis, okay? But my liver functions are normal. So that's why it's such a sneaky disease. It's called by a lot of medics the silent killer, liver disease. But you've got pancreatitis, you've got alcohol, you've got kidney issues, you've got problems with your heart. All of these things are related to alcohol, plus 7 types of cancer. Every time you drink, you kill brain cells. Every time you drink, it costs you money. Every time you drink, it slows you down. Hi, Jonathan, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Another thing is, even if you're just having two or three, you always wake up a little bit tired, don't you? A little bit groggy, a little bit, I don't know, out of sorts. It's not actually sober you realise how easy life is. Life, for me, as an alcoholic, was very troublesome. And I did a video at night about how sad it is to drink alone. We tend to drink alone more as time goes on. In my case, I just couldn't get the pub. I felt so weak. I get beer delivered and things like that. That was a while ago. Now, it's much easier to get things delivered now, and just a click of a button, you've got beer, wine, whatever you want to drink. In my case, it was a case of Stella. But, it's so easy to get alcohol. I went to put some fuel in my partner's car there. The garage had a big sign, apparel garage, saying off license, 24 hours a day. So you can buy wine, spirits, anything, 24 hours a day from petrol station. You don't have to wait till the morning anymore. You don't need to go through the anxiety of withdrawal. You just buy lots all the time. Hi Neil, how are you doing? I had a friend who died a couple of years ago. His wife was very on his case about the alcohol. He used to sneak out at night, go to the garage about 100 yards from where he lived, and sit in the shed and drink it. It was so available. I'm sure he'd still be alive now if it wasn't so available. But that's another debate, isn't it? So you've got to look after your health. And once you start drinking alone, that's a problem. Once you start having hair of the dog, to me, as my partner said here once, when you have a need for a drink rather than a want for a drink, that's when you're in a mess. When you need a drink rather than you want one, then things are going downhill very, very quickly. Sam never used to wake up refreshed. The body spent the entire period of shut-eye fighting and processing the toxins. That's a very good point. Even if you're a moderate drinker, a social drinker, shall I say, you get home, I don't know what time people get home, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. I mean, our work shifts were slightly different, but just say you get back 6:30, have something to eat, have a couple of drinks, 8 o'clock, go to bed at 10:30, whatever it is you're doing. You're not resting, as Simon said there, your body isn't resting, is it? It fights, your liver's working overtime, your digestive system's working overtime to get rid of the booze, the toxins, and all that carry on with it, So you never actually get any rest, do you? Even as a moderate drinker. When you get a dangerous drinking level like I was for most of my life, it's 100 times worse. And once you can relax out alcohol, it makes a big difference. But, the drinking alone thing is horrendous because you can't moderate it at home, can you? I had a stack of beer in the house, always. I don't know what I had, 4 cans, 40 cans. At least in the pub, you got an idea when you bought it was empty, as it were. Hello, Stephen, everybody. Have a nice, sober morning. Day to you. Yeah, been good today. How are you, Trinker? Hi, John. Hi, all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're well. Nice a few people on here on this very, very cold day. Very cold in the northeast. Anyway. Very little traffic around, man. Had a little job to do in Teesside, and it was cold, but it was fresh. My dad, who died unfortunately 4 years ago, used to say, "Oh, it's cold, but it kills all the germs." It's absolutely freezing today. Oh, it's snowing in Belgium, is it? Wow. I like the snow to watch it. I don't like to walk in the slush and the ice after mine. I'm going to get a bit of snow here. That's another reason to give it up. Walking in the snow when you've had a few drinks or when you're feeling a bit fragile, it's not walking in the ice. Lots of accidents happen, don't they? I used to feel very stressed about that when it was the snow. I thought, well, will the delivery get here? Will I be able to get some booze? Or will I be able to get the shop? Will my friend drop it off? Or when it was just snow and it was cold? The whole of your life is controlled by alcohol. Mine was. And every aspect of life becomes a problem. And it's not a good place to be. So let's focus, because it's the 2nd of January now. The festivity is finished officially now, isn't it? Even though some people will still be hanging on this weekend. Monday is Mad Monday on the roads and things, when people get back to officially work. There'll be a lot of problems next week with people getting back to work. Well, it'll be a massive sick day Monday. All because they've had too much to drink. Crackers, isn't it? Dylan, no problem. Gets solved no matter what. How bad it seems. Yeah, you can get over it. You can recover. I mean, I'm living proof of it. When you think that I was swell, I did a little interview, chat with LBC, phone-in thing, and I'll put it on the main channel. I was talking to the presenter there. You see, I had a friend who had a liver transplant and he drank again. How sad is it? The power of addiction is horrendous. So health is your wealth, isn't it? I know it's cliche that you've said it 1,000 times, but unless you get to that level, rock bottom, where you're going to lose your health, a lot of people don't stop. Even then, they carry on. mean, I stopped. I had to. I know a guy who was in the same position as me, who's carried on. He died soon. He's gone yellow now. Lost all his body weight. And another guy who used to drink Guinness, who went into zero Guinness. He was told he had cirrhosis, not to drink again. Tried the non-alcoholic Guinness. In about 3 weeks, he's back on the proper Guinness. So it's slow suicide, isn't it? So you must look after your health. The way you can do that, first of all, is stop drinking. It's the hardest thing to do, isn't it? Once you crack that in, you can look at your diet. Thanks so much, Brian. We just bought 3 coffees. That's so good of you to do that, Brian. It's amazing the support we've had. Thanks so much for that. It's really welcome. And if you do want to support the channel, please do the super chat button there, the buy me a coffee. It makes a massive difference to what we do here, or what I do, and all of you contribute to, and we'll do more lives and put more stuff out, because it's helping people. I know it is, I can tell. And I get some nice messages from people that, thanks for a good year or a good 6 months. It's been off a few weeks even. Some people have been off for 2 or 3 days. But there's a Samara who's a regular on here, often says, we're all in the same boat. Whether you've been off for half an hour or 25 years. It's a sneaky thing, alcohol. It can come back and haunt you very quickly. Thanks again, Brian, for that. For those coffees. Really appreciate them. And, it comes back so quickly. But I didn't realise, after 8 years sober, you might have heard this before, but I thought, maybe I can handle it again. But what surprised me most was how quickly I was re-addicted, if that makes sense. Because on the 8 years sober, I wasn't addicted to anything, was I? I was living my life. I was fit, healthy. And I drank again. And suddenly I was back to addiction. Within a few days, I didn't feel well. I didn't drink that much to take me back to addiction. I didn't go from 0 to 20 drinks. I went from 0 to 1 or 2, 3 or 4 max. And when I had 3 or 4, that was it. Oh, God, I don't feel well. And I started to drink earlier in the day. And the earlier you start, the more you're going to have. Because you fix yourself with the hair of the dog. And then a couple of hours later, you feel rough again. Drinking today, I thought I did survive the feast days without drinking. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you, well, as well. We all have drinking. Well done. If you can get over Christmas, get over addiction, you're a powerful person, in my view. Christopher, irrespective of the days, months, or years without a drink, we all have one day at a time. Yeah, I agree. You've got to have every day, and that's why when you wake up in the morning or whenever you wake up, your sober life has to be your priority. Because once that's gone, you're back to square one and beyond, isn't it? And as I said, I'm trying to push this about this 8-year spell I had sober, and I still can't work out to this day. I've asked doctors, I've asked consultants also, and nobody knows how quickly I was addicted full on again. So this illness never leaves you. It's just basically there, waiting to jump in again. John Away, Submariner, not seen him about for a while. Hope he didn't sing. You was on last night, John? He's all right. I think he fell asleep the other day. He's getting on, He's getting on a bit. And you won't let me hear me say that, but he was, yeah. I think he was here yesterday. So he's all right. Probably cold, mate. It must be cold on the water, mate. Living on a wooden boat. Boat. In the middle of winter. Bloody hell. That's the best place to be, is it? So yeah, he's all right. So you look after your health. You must fight this all the time, every day. As Christopher said there, no matter how long you've been off sober, it'll just bite you back. But it still baffles me how quick I went back to being ill after just a few. It's crazy. Okay, I wasn't here to Mr. Okay, John, we'll pass on regards. He may come on later. I think Friday, because there's a big shop or something, doesn't he? I don't know. He'll be on later, maybe. Bertie Bass has still never come back on. So anybody had any problems over the Christmas period? I mean, anybody relapsed? It's very safe space to talk here. It's very confidential. Just if you look at relapse, it's a bit of a mistake. As long as you don't carry it on. That was my problem. I couldn't get off it. When I started again, I just sort of think, I'll go back on the beer. I'll be on it for ages. So I'm overwhelmed with it, really. When I couldn't get the medication, I thought I would come back to England and just get the medication. No problem. But no, there was no chance. No, I was very ill with it. So don't put yourself in that vulnerable position. That's the key, isn't it? When you think, I might just have one, I've got a fear of missing out, or everyone's going to be down the pub having a good time. They're not all having a good time. Most of them have got loads of problems. If you're sober, you won't have as many problems. I mean, first of all, if you're healthy, you've only got one. Well, you've got nothing to worry about when you're healthy, have you? When you're ill, you've got two things to worry about: whether you'll get well or not, whether you stay healthy, or will you not get well. Healthy, you're fine. You're not healthy, you've got more to worry about. So don't pick the first one, because we all know the first one can be the killer. When I did this thing with LBC Radio the other night, he asked me, "Can I have one?" I don't think he understood. I couldn't have one because it would always lead to more, as John just said there. You can't just have one. I'm drinking Earl Grey tea. Isn't it invented? It might have been, yeah, I think so. Yeah. PG tips I like. But I've been drinking a lot of coffee today. Coffee's really good. I've mentioned that every day. One always leads to 20. Yeah, even if it's not one, even if you just have one night, by tomorrow you'll have two. It's something in your brain. I can get back. And again, why do I want to be in the game of sitting in the pub talking nonsense? When I go in now, which is very rarely, because most of them don't like me anymore, because I've turned my life around and they can't. I've got no problem with that. I've moved on to better people. So, not better people, my sort of people. Nobody's better than anybody else, if you understand what I mean. I don't want to go back to sitting with no partner and be in the pub on my own, pretend to read a newspaper, spend all my money on beer. But I will say something. Weatherspoons have got a sale on, apparently, in dry January. I'm not sure that about. It's very odd, isn't it? That company's very, very strange. So when people are encouraged to try dry January, Weatherspoons cut the prices. I might do a video about that. It's all a bit skew with that, isn't it? Why they do that. Hello, Blackstone. Nice to see you. How are you getting on? Just talking about really health tonight. I just want to, because it's the start of the year. I know the New Year's resolutions never work because they've got to end sometime, haven't they? Oh, I'm not going to have any curry for 3 months. You will have a curry next week or whatever. You can't stick to these things rigidly. But when you start, let's look towards a healthier year overall. If you're sober, great. Get even healthier. If you're not, focus on getting sober. Focus on your sobriety. And focus on not getting caught up with it again. John, they should be congratulating you, not avoiding you. Yeah, exactly, John. Yeah, you know who your friends are, don't you? There's all sorts of I'll tell you proudly about that. But yeah, they're just, even one of my close relations has just blanked me now. It makes me laugh, actually. I'm quite hard. Somebody blanks me, they've gone, Check out that Tim Martin of Weatherspoons must be a millionaire right now. Getting people to drink all the time. Yeah, I'm sure Weatherspoons, and I've said this before publicly, are contributing to alcoholism. Now, apparently, somebody told me, I know they're massive in the UK because they're cheap. They're always busy. They're cheap. They've opened a place in Spain, Alicante Airport. I'm not sure if that's true or not. If anybody can confirm that, but the reason that a lot of pubs are closing in the UK is because of Weatherspoons. I think because it's so cheap. It's business, isn't it? Shellcast, if you are a smoker, a great way of getting off the booze is quitting smoking. Easier said than done. But most people find it impossible to drink without smoking if they have been doing both before. Yeah, I agree with that. The doctors, when I was in hospital, I was in and out for about 2.5 years, in more than out. Were amazed I didn't smoke ever, because it tends to go hand in hand, doesn't it? Even to this day, I know drinkers who will only have a cigarette when they smoke. It's bizarre, isn't it? So are they addicted or not? There's different types of addiction with cigarettes. But every addiction's got a similar pattern, I think. It goes that way. I do hope you benefit from these one-to-ones. If you want to support the channel, please drop a super chat in. Doesn't have to be a lot. Or buy me a coffee link, as Brian's done. Makes a massive difference to the channel. And I still haven't found anybody who does these lives, so quite exclusive on that one. So I'm still a smoker, but I smoke less now being sober. Well, there you go. So it's beneficial everywhere, isn't it? To cut out the booze. But mainly your health overall will improve, and your mindset. You get clarity in thought. John, can everyone like the live? Click the thumbs up. It helps to spread the word. Helps spread the channel. Thanks, John, for that. If you like and subscribe and whatever you need to do, that'd be great, brilliant. It's good that it's growing steadily and more people are becoming aware of it. I still don't think the general public are aware of how addictive this is. This substance that we've drank for years. Thank God I haven't had any for 6 years now. Blackstone, I'm good. The temptation of New Year's Eve has passed, and I'm very happy I did not succumb. Yeah, should be good for the New Year now. Got the year now. That's good. It's a very strange time, Christmas, New Year, isn't it? Chris Lee, are you back on the wagon? Me personally, I've been on the wagon for 6.5 years. Yeah, 6.5 years. Or about around that sort of thing. October 29, so 6 years and a bit. I can't drink anymore. Finished. I've been told that by various people. Experts now. I was dying in 2019. I knew I was dying. I felt like I was dying. And the lab tests, the operations I had, and the way I was, were confirmed that I was dying. But I've still got the old records, paper records, And I think, wow, I was very, 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 very sick with it. Thanks, Chris Lee. How are you? Are you off the booze or on it or in the middle? I mean, the more people we get on who are off, it's more of a motivator, isn't it, for the people to come off? It's very, very interesting to see so many stories. It's just massively beneficial to people to know that they're not on their own, Drink indeed, Blackstone, we can enter a new year sober. That gives a good feeling. It is, yeah. You should feel proud of yourself. Every day I feel proud of myself. I don't drink anymore. I feel different. I've got mental clarity. I've got energy. I've got vavavoom, a bit more. Before I was living, I wasn't living. I was just existing, barely, really. Stressed to hell, having problems, and like every little issue is a massive problem. And it's not really, is it? The only thing that's important in your life is to be alive. Look after yourself first, then you can look after other people. We're all overthinkers, alcoholics. We've all got very active brains, bordering on ADHD, to be honest. Plus, when people around you tell you you shouldn't drink, you should probably listen to them. Yeah, of course. But we don't do it because the power of addiction's there. Anya was suffering a bit when I was in central London, but I still thought, bollocks, I'll go for a drink. I thought I knew better, you see. That's the thing. Hi, John. Well, in the summer, can't stand this time of year. It's so dark, that's the problem, isn't it? Chris Lee, I don't have a drink problem. I have watched your videos, listened to your journey. Thanks, Chris. That's good of you to support the channel. Thanks very much. It's interesting to speak to somebody who doesn't have a drink problem, as well as people who do, or people who have beaten it. Because you can't cure alcoholism, you can just manage it. In my case, anyway, I just couldn't face it again. Thanks, Chris Lee, for that. So health has got to be paramount. Sobriety's got to be paramount. And look to the future. Get yourself a hobby. Keep busy, because there's a lot of time to fill. A lot of people I speak to, so I'll get bored. When I do this one-to-one mentoring, speak to people for an hour or so, do a consultation, they always say, what do they do when I get bored? And one of the people I know who've gone back to boozing because they've been bored is incredible. So you're fighting again, paying to kill yourself because you're bored. Find something to do. It's a lot better to be bored for a while than it is to be in hospital on your last legs, isn't it? Plus, so many people who are off work today. I can imagine. Yeah, Monday is the big day, I think, here for people to get back to work. There'll be chaos on the roads. Be chaos for any companies, because there'll be lots of people ringing and say the strained eyebrows and the budgie died and all the usual nonsense. We all know what it is. John, I don't go back to work till Monday. Yeah, a lot of people don't, John, as far as I'm aware, because it's been like a long, long spell, hasn't it? And they're trying to start the cars, and people have moved the cars, and brakes are seized on, and all sorts. Some people just hibernate, don't they? Go on the booze for 2 or 3 weeks. It's crackers. Blackstone, sorry, I meant so many people who should have been in were not. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, there'll be lots of people. Because what direction have you chose for 2026? Keep sober, keep healthy. Got a couple of private projects to work on, and keep busy. Really, that's a good question for everybody. Actually, anyone want to comment on that? What have you chosen for 2026? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Really, I want to travel a little bit more. Maybe go South Africa. Maybe go to Asia at the end of the year. A lot of things happening. When I was drinking, there was nothing happening. I was going backwards. Now every day I go forwards. Your life stagnates with alcohol, and you can function, but alcohol will still control you. So you're not functioning really properly, anywhere near properly. Like some write a novel, start a business, do a bit of travelling, get sort of fit. That's the way. Sort of fit, definitely, without a doubt. Brian Rish spent many years marketing alcohol, profoundly regretted now. But I'm shocked how brands can still use glamour or humour to attract young drinkers and really enforce older consumers to stick with the habit. Very true. Massive advertising by superstars, isn't it? Good Mr. Beckham there. Beetle, good evening, Stu. What really got me was the spiked seizures, hard teas and sodas. That's similar. You know, the Muslims were. You know, that's all right. Thanks, Beetle. I think it's focus, but most of all willpower. Yeah, once you're off it, then it's definitely willpower. Once you're off it, I mean, I had seizures when I stopped, so it was difficult to stop. Once I was off it, then it is being a tough cookie, isn't it? The world would be a better place for people, sort of toughened up a bit, I should say. I think it's focus, but most of all willpower. Yeah, Blackstone Beckham doesn't drink that much, exactly because he won't. A drug dealer doesn't touch his own supply. Be cut off by BYMSY. So yeah, you focus on your health as Blackstones, and maybe start a little binge, write your book. I've got an ebook out if you want to have a look at that. It's only £5.99. It's downloadable and it's very, very good. It's very handy, apparently, for when you just fancy drinking. I'll just look at that book. And I was so ill. I looked at the old photographs of me. There's some images in that book, and thank God I was so ill. Because how's your liver? Even if it's fine now. Liver tests have come back great, just as normal. I mean, you've only got the three measures of blood, haven't you? Normal, or abnormal, or what's the other one? Satisfactory. Yeah, it's all good, yeah. John O'Brien, it's all about the money as usual. Profits come before health. Of course it do. It's all about money, 100%. As you would, be strong and live your best life. Yeah, excellent message there. Live your best life. That's what you aim to do. That's a good thing for the next year, isn't it? I don't know how you make. I don't know how you make me proud. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate that. Because that's good news. Keep it up. Thanks, Chris Lee. Taking a look at Lemmy, Motorhead. Always drinking Jack Daniels. He inspired many fans. Well, really, I didn't know that, man. As a bassist, I used to play bass guitar. That's interesting. Bill, sorry, my connection is bad. I'm not drunk, just saying the Muslims were right about God signing off. They don't need to sign off, Bill, just stick with it. We can understand that, but yeah, lots of religions don't drink. Lots of religions do, a lot of people drink. But I understand where you come from. Cast. About 10 years ago, my mate, who was an alcoholic and of everything for 5 years, was struggling as an actor and broke. He got cast for a huge major beer company TV ad. It was worth 20k to him. He refused. Really, that's a very strong man for you there, man. That's interesting, Shortcast. Thanks for that. On principle, you say it is very much so, very much strength. Shortcast. He refused to do it, especially if he didn't have any cash. Blackstone, you are already doing it, but it's great that there is a dual message. One, getting problem drinkers lifetime sober, and two, encouraging normal drinkers. What a better life, which cutting out, reducing. Yeah, there is a much better life. There's a life, and I never dreamed that I'd be living the life I'm living now. Even when I was younger, I was very ambitious when I was young, and the drink finally ate away at all of that. But it's back tenfold now. I don't mean ambitious as in I want to be a millionaire. I mean just loving life, being cheerful, and I don't think you've seen many alcoholics that are happy with in their life. You've seen many sober people who are very happy. Very happy. They look better, feel better, just conduct themselves better. You become very selfish as a drinker. Start to hide bank statements, start to hide money. You're not truthful with yourself or anybody else, to be fair. And your relatives, your close relatives will know that you drink. I mean, how ridiculous is it? I used to come back from the pub in South London and pretending my ex-wife had only had one drink. And that was in the days when you could smoke in pubs, and I didn't smoke, so you could smell smoking, you couldn't. I did another chat on LBC Radio last night about called Nick Abbott, who's a top presenter there. And he was asking about, can you just have one? I said, no chance. He didn't understand, you can't just have one. The general public got quite unaware of our issues. Even doctors will tell you to moderate. Most doctors are not alcoholics. So an alcoholic can speak to you about alcoholism. I'm convinced of that because I know how you feel, and you know how I feel at different points in life. Bless them. There are two messages: one for alcoholics, and the other for people who are not and are normal, who would gain from drinking less. Yeah, I agree. People to cut down. I mean, not everyone is a problem drinker like me, or maybe a few of you. Not everyone is, but people do drink to dangerous levels at times. John Beadle, it's a health thing, not a religious thing. My brother-in-law is Muslim and he's pish at. He says, not all Muslims don't drink. That's a good point, yeah. All Muslims do drink as well. Colin Hunt, thanks to you, Power though. Power through, Power though. You're the reason I am determined to live in 2026. Please, God, will be the turning point. Raising a glass of Big Tom to you and everyone. You're not alone. Thanks, Colin. That tomato juice is good, isn't it? Tomato juice, get some nutrients in you. Lots and lots of nutrients. When you get sober, you must eat well because that'll get you back to full health. If you do benefit from these lives, then please drop a super chat in to support the channel, or the Buy Me a Coffee links on the right there. Thanks for all your help this last year, all your comments and all that sort of thing. It's been good. It's nice to get a message to say, you've helped me, or you helped my son or daughter or whatever. Or, I mean, I do get a lot of people who actually got through this with my help and with your help as well. It's nice to see. It's, a lot of gratitude from that. I get a lot from somebody saying, "Wow, you helped me." I would. Thanks for that. Keep strong. It's nice to do something for people and to get the message back. And I believe most of the people that I speak to in general are good people. I say there are some idiots who don't want to know you because they think you've got a better life. We have because they get stuck, you see. It's much easier to stay in the pub than it is to get out of it. It's a hard habit to break. Because probably I spent 30 hours a week or more in the pub. Probably more, not in the pub but drinking, especially alone in the end. I was really lonely in the end. And that's very sad when you have to drink alone. To replace all of that, because you're now sober, was difficult at first, but once you get past a certain point, you're so busy, it's incredible. It really is. I was craving healthy food during withdrawal. It was like my body telling me to put more good food in myself. Yeah. Your body will fight for you if you give it a chance, Money pit cars, playing ITV, playing forward is always my go-to hack to avoid relapse. Also playing the relapse scene in the film The Virtues with Stephen Graham. That's a good reminder, nearly 15 months. So well done, Money. Really good. You've done fantastic there, 15 months. You've got to have something to play back in your head to stop you drinking again. I just think of how it was. It brings me straight back to zero. Oof, no chance I'm going to drink. Oh, Penny, how you doing? Nice to see you. Urban Angst, hello. Happy January 2nd. Got time. It's lunchtime. Wow. It's good. Good news. It's nice to see people all over the world. John Doe, thanks so much, John, for that fantastic super chat. Thanks for all the live streams over the Christmas and New Year period too. Thanks, John. Brilliant support there from John Doe. I've done quite a lot of these, and it's helped people, I think, over the Christmas and New Year because it's a very, very trying time. It's not easy to get over Christmas and New Year. Thanks again, John, and all what you've done because you're a moderator as well. It's nice to have a moderator on because you know what to do with. You get some odd idiots. We did have a few trolls a few weeks ago, but they seem to have disappeared. Yeah, well done, Money Pit Cars, for getting off it. Blackstone, drinking alone is probably an indication you are entering the danger zone. Yeah, I totally agree. When you're solo drinking, you're definitely in a mess. And like I said earlier, you can't be cold where you are, can you? As you count the cans. Also, drinking alone allows you to drink much earlier in the day. And that's the problem that people are going to have. People still have now with maybe working from home. Working from home, I couldn't do it as the police, obviously, but there's a lot more people working from home now, even post-COVID, isn't there? When you sit in your pajamas on Monday and think, "Oh, I feel really rough," and have a drink, because that's another. That's what it's a major sign, isn't it? When you've got to have a drink to try and make you feel better, to take away the pain of withdrawal. That's a major, major problem. That really is. But yeah, drinking alone is a big sign. The need a drink rather than want one is a bad sign as well. Hello, Dennis. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Nice to see you. So 2 days into the new year already. Didn't time fly? Hot Penny, Steve and I wrote to Guinness to recommend you as a spokesperson for Guinness. Zero, I'm planning on being a pest. Oh, thanks, Hot Penny. That'd be really good. I'll sort of include you in that. We could collaborate on that one. Thanks, Hot Penny. It'd be really good, that. I appreciate that. I really do. It's nice to be. This is good support, you see. I think we'll all get something out of this in the end, you know. I mean, like, you know, notoriety, maybe if you want that, or something else. It's nice to be part of it. It's nice to be part of a group, isn't it? That's connection again, isn't it? Because I think you get very lonely with booze. So I was drinking alone, except Saturday. Then I was in the pub. I drank vodka before and after. Yeah, that's the issue. I used to drink before went out, then after. Then it became all the time. Mo Hayes, evening all. How are you doing? Paul Hart, hiya. How's everyone? Hello, Paul. Hope you're well. The danger zone for me was when alcohol became medicine. Bang on, Urban. You've got a lot of traits that I had. Self-medication. That was exactly it. Exactly. Hot Penny, it behooves them. Yeah. Thanks, Hot Penny. John Penny, great idea. Yeah, it's nice to get a bit. I can't do everything myself, although my partner thinks I can. It's good, but she helps me out massively. My partner, my daughter, really helped me get this going, and obviously other people as well, which is brilliant. And moderators, all of you being here is a big factor in the success, really, which is just starting. It'll get massive. It will. Once people hear about lives, because it can be an online AA, and I've heard a lot of good reports about AA, but it didn't suit me. It's a bit more dynamic, I think. It's more real. I didn't believe in higher powers and things, you know, but a lot of people get connection out of it. See if you're lonely, somewhere to go as well. More his accountability is what this group promotes. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's good. That's a good saying. That accountability is great. Soggy pain. I'm drinking myself into stew. Do you want to get off of those, Soggy? It's unusual there, but the thing is, try and cut down a bit if you want to. Only you can do it. Unfortunately, and encourage you. I love how kind you are to us. Hope you can be as kind to yourself. You seem like a nice person. Thanks, Ella. Yeah, I appreciate that. Good message. Take it easy, Soggy. I agree. You know, you drink yourself in a stew. I've done that many times. You know, sometimes people don't wake up. They choke their own vomit. I was in the police first few years. I was in South London before, in the West End. The amount of people that were killed, or died, or had been involved in serious assaults, or been criminals themselves, whatever it was, all alcohol related. 90% of it. I'm not sure I appreciate it though. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a number. You can text if you want to have a chat about it at some point. If you're outside the UK, it's +44 on that one. They were nice to do a mix of AA and smart recovery. I've heard about the smart recovery. I've never only did 2 AA meetings and I didn't go anymore. Up anyway, it was medicine first. The first time I drank, 16 years old, found life elixir. It was magic. Oh, same with me. You get confidence from it, don't you? Pardon me. Nevertheless, I do a mix of AA and smart recovery programs. One deals with spirituality, the other is science-based. CBT, I've heard that, yeah. A good balance for me. That's good. Whatever works for you, you know. Whatever works for you. A lot of people are spiritual. I think there's something out there. I don't believe we're just here and gone. But I wasn't willing to trust that. I needed some medicine. I needed the diazepam pills. I didn't get them. The third, fourth time round, I needed to have some medical intervention, not spiritual intervention. But I understand where you come from. It has done a lot of good for people, so I'm not knocking it. You know, it's been massively successful in many cases, and I hope we are too. It's just a different approach, isn't it? As long as we can get people off the booze and get healthy again, that's the main factor. And this year is going to be massive for all of you because everyone will get sober. Everyone's going to be healthy and we'll get fitter. We'll do some programs, we'll do some videos about nutrition. I've started to do a couple because there's certain things you need which will really pull you through. And there's different ways of relaxing. And you've got to see the benefits of being sober. Some guy, how are you doing? Hi again, hope you're having a nice evening. Just having my dinner. Well, fortunate, to be honest, I'm sure you know the deal. Yeah, you must put as much food down your neck as possible. That's what saved me in hospital, to be fair. I was 9 stone, I was 6'3". I thought the only way I'm going to get out of this is to eat and eat and eat. And sometimes I used to eat and feel sick. but try to keep it down. I did a lot of times keep it down. You've got to eat. Stephen, why didn't you persist with the A? I thought it was quite religious and higher. Once people talk about higher powers, I'm quite a scientific-based person. Truth, I'm not a fictional person. To me, I wanted somebody to give me some pills to stop withdrawals, or there's a hospital bed, get some Saline or something. I didn't see the point in sitting around saying, "My name's Stephen, I'm an alcoholic," because everyone knows you're an alcoholic. That's why you're there. And some of the stories were a little bit, well, off the wall, to be fair. So I prefer to speak to somebody who takes a pragmatic approach and think, well, you want to stop alcohol? Don't drink. It's not as simple as that. But this 12 steps, it's not 12 steps to anything. There's only one step you have to take if you're an alcoholic, and that's not drink. Basically, isn't it? But be careful with that because you might have a seizure. So, that's the thing. 9 stone 6 for 3 is proper dangerous to. Oh, yeah, I was malnourished or deconditioned, the doctors called it, which basically means malnourished. Colonel Pult, I have already failed. Dry January, don't care. If you don't care, then that's fair enough, isn't it? But it'll not do any good in the long run. I've got friends, ex-friends, who say, "Oh, you've got to die or something." I'll just leave them to it. You've got to want to stop or want to cut down, but never give up, though, Colonel. Never give up, because it won't do you good. Tringer, I tried AA too. It wasn't for me. I had no connection with it. I did it myself. Yeah, same with me, really. Well, it was hospital. I was hospitalised. You've got to have a connection with it. Urban, what I like about the higher power idea is it reminds me to stop idolising the humans around me, because sometimes those humans are enablers. It's a good point. Yeah, good point. Blackstone, people can be vulnerable in recovery. Best to simply emphasise the practical benefits of not drinking. Yeah, I totally agree. The practical benefits of you feel better. You're going to keep yourself healthy and alive. That's what I think. Dave Bates, hi Steve. Godspeed to you. Thanks very much, Dave. Thank you so much, Hot Penny. I had 20 years of AA. I need Al-Anon in the end. Ironic, I know. That's good to know, Hot Penny. Dave, I think you might be new on here. Good to see you. If you do want to support the channel, then drop a super chat in. Doesn't have to be very much. Helps the channel along. Or spam your coffee links on the right. Got any questions? Jump in. Any questions, Dave? You're welcome here. Nice to see you here. Nice to see some new members. Quite a few people joined and pop in and pop out again over the last couple of weeks. It's quite a lot to do these every night. But if I get the support, I'll do them every night, obviously. But it takes a bit of time. Maybe every night's too much. I don't know. But if you can give me a sort of schedule or an idea, that might be better. Martin, Nolan Soul, everything starts improving from day one of abstinence. You're right there, man. Sleep, health, mindset, happiness, finances, relationships, etc. Easy to say, but it's true. Yeah, I agree, man. Everything improves. Your body will fight for you, like I said. If you stop putting poison, because that's what alcohol is, isn't it? Your liver doesn't know whether it's pain, sugar, or vodka, or beer. It's all the same to the liver. Thanks, Mon. Join the dry white wine and martini extra dry are good for dry January. Yeah. But isn't it strange that Wetherspoons have put the prices down? Otherwise, what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self? Moderate the booze. Be like some of my colleagues, and not go absolutely crazy. It was far too much for me. Far too much. The rest, otherwise, I think another one, maybe probably bigger than that one, is not getting married. Don't marry the wrong person. That's another factor because that can push you into drinking as well. It can push you into more drinking. I thought I needed Al-Anon too because my husband was still drinking, but he is now one and so that's amazing drink that both of you got off it. CBT and DBT are excellent for the science-minded folks. CBT is good for self-study. DBT is good in small group talk. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Oh no, John, no, yeah. I didn't like things like that anyway. I never liked wine really. I was so much volume drinker. Hoping I've thoughts of a beer a day. My George cleanse. Keep off it. You know what's going to happen. You're going to be in a bad way. Shouldn't the best supplements to fight withdrawals. Well, supplement-wise, I'm not really sure now. Meds-wise, I don't know. But I know when you are withdrawing, you should eat something, as much nutrition as you can get. But you don't feel like it. You say, I didn't feel like eating it off. I didn't eat anything for months. That's why I went down 9 stone. I had all this fluid in my stomach, which is caused by liver failure. So I would ask your doctor about that. It might depend on you, your age, your size, all that sort of thing, you know. But remember, it's not a beer hopping, it's several days of excess and then a recovery from it, yeah. It's never just one beer, is it, hopping? I know, what then tomorrow? Nightmare tomorrow, you start drinking is best. Neil, fish is best, yeah, that's a good point. Fish, protein, eggs, things like that. Just sort of like I say, a balanced diet, really, where you're eating a bit of everything. Fruits, and try and get some coffee. I know it's difficult. I couldn't even hold a glass. I couldn't hold a cup of tea. I know a cup of tea or coffee for 2 years or more. Just drink all the time. Martin, something sugary is probably good for withdrawal. Yeah, you're right. I still have, even after 6 years sober, I still have a bit of chocolate at night. Well, that's just a habit. I don't know, but I haven't got a particularly sweet tooth really. But I do like a bit of chocolate now and again, just to, I suppose, just to you know, I don't know why. Excuse me. I'll have like a curry or something. I always fancy a bit of chocolate after that as well. Um, Martin, no, something sure, yeah, definitely. Person, hot penny apologies. Um, yeah, the phone's gone a bit mad. Yeah, thanks, Dave, for those coffees. If anybody else wants to um, contribute, please do. I don't know why the phone's so busy. I'll just turn it off. Um, right, some guy, pescatarian diet, probably what's kept me going as long as it has. That's just fish, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. Vitamin D intake is at the top of the list for me. I went eating 3 to 4 eggs per day. Boiled and poached is better, as they only heat the boiling, retaining most of the nutrients. Interesting. Um, it's yeah, lots of protein, eggs, fish. I mean, I'm not an expert on nutrients, but fruit, veg, eggs, a bit of meat. That's all. Just balanced diet. So you need. But the overriding thing in all of this is to keep sober. Isn't it? That's what you're going to be. Keep sober, keep healthy, and keep pushing along for a better life. Because like I said earlier, you don't live as an alcoholic. You barely exist. Oh, that's all miserable, isn't it? You never seen like a happy alcoholic. Nobody sets out in life to be an alcoholic, do they? But it's a habit that turns into an addiction. I mean, you might find this a bit boring sometimes, the way I'm going about it, but I have to think every day about my health, and I think you need to as well. Because as soon as you touch that one drink, you're going to regret it. Like we said, the hot penny there. Look, where's it going to be tomorrow? For a couple of minutes of a little bit of a buzz. In fact, the last 5 years I drank between 2014 and 2019, I didn't enjoy any of the drinks at all. It was just a means to end of trying to keep me alive, trying to stave off the pain and anxiety of the withdrawal. I never got any better. Took much vegetables and fruit for all the vitamins. Yeah, fruit and veg, yeah, definitely. And Sia, how are you? Um, Keep hydrated, electrolyte sachets as well as clear fluids. Yeah, good point. I mean, I was putting these protein drinks, little bottles like Actimel type things, but high protein. I can't remember what they're called. Horrible when they're warm, but I, put them in the fridge or not so bad. Like I had them for about a year, and then I just ate and ate and ate. When I was in hospital, I used to ask for double rations. There was a ward in the Freeman Hospital, which is a specialist liver hospital, where it was called a build up, where they used to build you up with loads of food. You have a cooked breakfast, and you have another one if you want, and have 2 lunches. And that's the only way I thought I could get out of that. And it worked for me to eat, even though I didn't fancy it really. And then when my appetite came back a little bit, I thought this was all right. Because for years, you're not drinking, you're just drinking for years, not eating properly, you lose your stomach strength, you lose your appetite completely. Martin, oh my god, the sugar cravings in the first month were crazy. Sometimes I would just dip a teaspoon in the bag of sugar and crunch away. Oh, it wouldn't be that bad, but I do like a bit of chocolate still. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's because of all the sugar and alcohol, I'm not quite sure. Have you considered having an emotional support animal? Not for me. I'm quite sober confident now. I'm traveling, I'm doing lots of things in my life, so I'm not I'm not ill with anymore. If that makes sense. But thanks a lot for that. I've heard that's quite good. Other people might be looking at that. Um, Support animal. Hot pay tomorrow will be 2, really 4 because I'm thinking Foster's oil cans. Um, it's not an option. I just have to deal with discomfort today. Always a win to wake up sober. Yeah. Focus. Yeah. Yeah. Martin, everything's hey. Yeah, me too. Still got a sweet tooth, to be honest. Haven't had a drink for over 10 years, but now so I'll let myself off the cakes and chocolate. Yeah, I don't need cakes. Definitely a bit of chocolate. Plus, I don't miss the long list of £30 of time Deliveroo bills in my bank statement. Exactly. I used to use a company called Dial a Drink. It was more than that years ago. It was crazy. Everything's much better now. The only place a teaspoon of sugar goes in is into my morning coffee. Yeah. Coffee, again, pretty good for you. We'll try and get into next few weeks some healthy tips. Like I said, New Year's resolutions don't last. Wow, what a massive donation. Um, Jack of the Borough. That's fantastic. That's I'm so grateful for that. I mean, unreal, really. Thanks, Jack. Happy New Year, all the best. Thanks for the videos and all the help these past months. Made it through Christmas and New Year, 6 months sober and 10 days. Fantastic. Well done, Jack of the Borough, and thanks very much for that massive donation. Helps the channel so much to keep it going, and it benefits everyone really that we can keep doing these, and it's helped a lot of people. I'm glad it's helped you. And if you come 6 months, I couldn't even do 6 hours at one point, and now I'm 6 years. You get that, Jack. Thanks again so much. Thanks to everybody who's donated and everybody who's supported the channel. And it's really, really good of you. Thanks so much. Some guy, Baston, I agree with you. I hate looking at my Just Eat orders. Yeah, it's horrendous, isn't it? Hot Penny, you can eat anything you want, just can't drink. Yeah, exactly. John Doe, yeah, same as my endorsement there to Jacko. Thanks very much, love it. Hot Penny right on Jack. Cheers, Jack. No problem at all. Thanks for your help again. You're welcome, Jack. I'm really pleased you're getting to that milestone. And just keep focusing. You get there and you get 6 years and beyond. But let's face it, we all want to live a bit longer. But it's not just adding years to your life. To me, it's adding life to years. You want to be able to be fitter and be able to, travel and be able to work and whatever you want to do in life. No point in being older and ill. Because I read an interesting statistic recently about care homes. 80% of people in care homes are only there because of lack of mobility. So when you're younger, or whenever, I'm not young, but keep yourself fit, keep yourself mobile, keep yourself strong, and that'll keep you out of the care home. You'll need, the more you do today, the less care you'll need in the future. And that's very, very important. Very important. You're welcome, Jack. And the coffee is good, but the caffeine may exacerbate a lot of anxiety. Well, I didn't know that, Anne. Thanks for that one. I know that coffee is good for the liver, but you don't have too much of it, which is obviously important as well. But going back to basics, health has got to be paramount, and the only way we're going to be healthy as a group and individually is to not pick up that first drink. It's so easy to say that. We're not having a heart transplant, we're not getting a leg amputated. We just have to do one thing. And my dad used to tell me that, just stop. It's difficult for us to do that. If you're not an alcoholic, you don't know how difficult it is just to have one or just to have two, because you can't do it. It's so difficult. It's a fight. Anybody who's battled this, anybody who's won, it's very tough. Very, very tough person. I like depressants. I hate feeling jacked up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like depressants, man. I've never been depressed. I was a little bit depressed in hospital when I was ill, mind. When you take all your freedom's taken from you in hospital, isn't it? And you can't function. From being a big, strong geezer, I was so vulnerable and being pushed around the hospital by porters. That's a terrible place to be, being vulnerable. I was very vulnerable in the latter days of my drinking as well. You feel beholden to people for delivering your beer. You feel beholden to people for helping out. It was like, oh, thanks so much. All this. And it's a very unnerving place to be. And it's, like I said before, you worry about who you've spoken to, worry about what you said, have you upset someone. I know I don't give a toss. I just get on with life. You become very tough as sober as well, mentally and physically. Nothing will worry you when you get sober, especially when you've been to the bottom of the barrel, as it were, and you've nearly died. So nothing worries me now. If somebody came along tomorrow and said, I'm going to take your car, your house is gone, I couldn't give a toss. I'm alive. That's the main thing. Overnight coffee can be too much of a stimulant for some. After 1 p.m., coffee gives me little jitters, so I only drink 1 cup in the morning, something to lunch. That's fair enough, yeah. Um, that's, just keep everything balanced is the key to all of this thing. Keep everything sort of taken over nice and feel healthy, because you will get better. So we mentioned earlier that even after the first day, you feel a bit better. It takes a little bit of time. But once you can relax without alcohol, then you know you've won a watch, really. You've beaten it to some degree. You never beat it totally. But my zest for life is back. Massive. Uh, and we're trying dry January drinking tea now. Well done. I mean, there's a lot of people try dry January. Want to try January? Try and say that again. Dry January, and then February, and just keep going. Um, Blackstone coffee is so wholesome. Yeah, definitely. Richard Reeves, you're a fantastic guy, mate. Proud of you. Thanks, Richie. Um, we can all be fantastic. We can all get sober, and we can all be happy again. Because I know all of you will have been down with alcohol because it affects your brain. It's what I would call. I lived in withdrawal for a long time, I believe, and I had this. Even when I was reasonably okay, something would set me off into this impending doom area of my life. Everything became an impending doom. And life's wonderful when you're sober. I see things totally different. Life's totally different. People are different. I'm quite a kind person now. I was always a nice guy, but now I'm not worried about where I'm going to hide the bottles, where I'm going to get the next delivery from. Will I be able to make it to the pub? Will I be able to pick somebody up from the airport? Will I be able to drive? Will I be able to walk? All of that's gone now, which is amazing, really. I try all sorts of coffee now, and I don't look at the price. Drink coffee is much cheaper than alcohol. Of course it is. Yeah. I still got mates, ex sorry, beer monsters who say, "Oh, I don't know how you afford them, that car, or them shoes, or whatever." How much do you spend a week on alcohol? You know, and I'll try to sit in the supermarket buying a bit of smoke. Some, no, I wouldn't be buying that. I've got enough money, and I spent 80 quid in the booze. It's mad, isn't it? And I was a bit like that when I was drinking. No, I can't afford that. Because you had to have the beer money, didn't you? You had to have the beer. We call these called beer tokens. £50 out of the British Change out of the hole in the wall, the ATM. I get some beer tokens. 50 quid, 60 quid, 100 quid. You thought nothing of it. £200 a weekend. £200 a lot of money. 800 quid a month. £1,000 I was spending in central London a few years ago. £1,000 a month. At least, and then you got the ancillary costs of maybe taxis or buying things you shouldn't really be buying, or doing things you shouldn't be doing, getting food you don't eat, takeaways, don't have a budget. It just gets out of control. Your whole life goes out of control. And that's the thing to watch. When your life's getting out of control, you need to, draw back a bit. But there is a kind of relapse which is quite difficult to resist. I remember when I worked in a pub, a guy came in super angry and wanted a beer. He had just lost his job and drove straight to the pub. Yeah, I know what you mean. Some people get triggered by that, without a doubt. I agree. I'm around alcohol a lot because my family is difficult. Personality change is very unpleasant. People get louder, more aggressive when they drink. Generally, not everybody. John, click the like. People, 57 people here and only 34 likes. They all have to promote the channel. Thanks, John. Yeah, please click the like button there. Quite a lot of people on tonight, so it's quite good to see. Let's keep building it up, and let's get January out of the way and get everyone dry, as it were, and then let's get dry February out of the way. That's the way to look at it. Look at it long term. You've got a future now. I saw no future. Thanks for that, John. No future as a drinker. And drinkers strive for mediocrity. We just get by, and that's not good, is it? Now I save the money I usually did spend alcohol to buy a new bicycle. Then it's amazing how much you can save, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Like somebody mentioned earlier, all the delivery receipts. I used to look at how much I've taken out in cash. Jesus, years ago. That's another trigger is big arguments. Yeah, I agree. Or get upset with people. That sort of thing. Martin, best to try and take it one day at a time at the beginning. I totally agree. Go slow. Go slow. And when you get a few months under your belt, you'll find you get a bit more confident. But never let that slip. Never think, this is my problem I had, was complacency. I feel really good now. I had 2 years off. I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I'll be fine. But no chance. And then I'll go back to the doctors, get more pills. And that's eventually wouldn't give me any more. I've been 4 times for this diazepam. Even after 8 years sober, they said, "No, you get addicted." I said, "How can I get addicted after 8 years sober?" They still wouldn't give me it. I tried 2 different doctors. Hoping the craving feels like it will last. It does pass. Yeah, unfortunately, I've never had any cravings. So since the doctor said to me, and he looked me in the eye and said, "If you drink again, I'll guarantee you'll be dead in 6 months." I've never had any more cravings. Anne Drivers just bought a coffee. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Stephen. Happy January. Yeah, happy January to you all, and happy January, Anne. Thanks for the coffee, and it's really good of you. And thanks for all of your support over the last year. And we'll move forward. We'll move forward healthy as a group and healthy individually. And you'll see massive benefits, in a couple of weeks. You really will. If you're new to this, or even if you've been so for years, even come on here a bit, it's quite uplifting, isn't it, to see other people and have a chat and become friends. And you're not in this alone. It's a big thing for a lot of people. I've got a lot of messages because I keep doing the lives because we feel that we're part of a group. Because it's a very lonely place when you're sitting in your flat, your house, wherever you're on your boat, as St. Mauritius, and he was drinking, wasn't he? But he's been clean 15 years. And there's some fantastic success stories. Most of the people on here are doing well. Some people will relapse, but I did many times. It's part of the journey, unfortunately, isn't it? I've been a doctor took lager right off your menu. So, yeah, 100%. Lager off the menu. It was just a whole, I don't know, whole ambience of being in London as well helped. The ambience of being there. Thomas, you'll only ever have today. It's true. Yesterday's history. Tomorrow's a mystery. So today is the day to start becoming a better person, getting healthy again, living your life properly. Because, as I said, I was just an existence. That's all I was. I was a mouse who had no confidence. I lost my will to live in a way. And I never felt suicidal, but I was really down, so miserable, so beholden to people. I don't like being beholden to people. Doing patient transport, trying to take me to the NHS hospital to get this drain of the fluid off. I was right carry on getting them because I was ill all through COVID. It was the worst time to get assistance, really. It's just typical, isn't it? Blackstone, prepare to be surprised, expect the unexpected. Yeah, that's a good point. Expect the unexpected. You never know what's around the corner, do you? Nothing stays the same, but it does with alcoholism. Because you never get, if you don't push yourself out, you never get out. And the ones who are lucky enough to be able to stop easily should just focus on it. But I've got an ex-drink colleague, I wouldn't say a friend, but he's been back on it for years. He's had pancreatitis twice. He was in ICU. He drinks every day and he takes 17 tablets just to be able to do that. But that's not life, is it? Other guys who are younger than me or similar age are in wheelchairs, on mobility scooters, sticks. They're all drinking. I've never had a cold since I stopped drinking. They'll have colds, flus, and all this sort of thing because the immune system's knackered. They don't eat properly, don't rest properly, and over the last couple of weeks, we've just been in the pub all the time. Thomas, learn how to control stress, as it can be a big trigger. Yeah, that's a very good one. If you can control your stress levels, it's a lot of it's common sense, isn't it, really? If you can lower your stress, get decent rest, eat well, hydrate. And all these things sound simple, but it's sometimes difficult to do. And the people who pull you back into this, the fear of missing out, it's nonsense, isn't it, really? But Penny, I listened to a lady today who said she looked 11 months pregnant with ascites, and me, yellow eyes today, she looks fully restored. Like you, it's fantastic. I didn't get jaundice, but I did have the ascites. Horrible. John, London isn't the attraction it used to be these days. Don't forget your stab profession, fat wallet. I know, yeah. I was down there a couple of weeks ago, and it was totally different. Very quiet, actually. Much quieter than normal Christmas time. Drink a long walks will control stress. That's good. Good idea. Doesn't cost anything, does it? Next, if the pancreatitis suffer has the pancreas removed, he will have to take pills and go in for a regular intravenous enzyme treatment. It's like, Jesus, he just won't stop. He's one of these, he's off for a year, tried a half a beer, then he's back on again, but he won't give up. He doesn't want to. I've tried, but he won't. That's fair enough, isn't it? Blackstone was a ghost town when I went in August. Really weird, isn't it, how it's changed? London's totally changed. We went on the 17th of December, it was dead. Really quiet. And I used to work that area when I was in the police. It's really big, not now. Richard Evans, Houghton University, thanks very much. My daughter had been out drinking over the Christmas and New Year, having massive panic attacks, told her it's from the alcohol. 100%. Okay, that's where it all starts from, the anxiety. It's anxiety, isn't it? Hangover plus anxiety. You know, it's horrendous to go through that. And I did it for years and years and years. Got nothing from it. Mindfulness helps me, a brilliant discipline. Yeah, good point as well. Some guy just finished my dinner mushroom risotto. Nice. Salad and loomy with a bit of fish. It was fucking hard. But you're so right about it. You must get it into you. You've got a lot of stuff going on there. But it's all good stuff. My partner does a lot of smoothies. He sent me pictures at night of lots of veg and stuff. I personally don't like that type of smoothie. I'll have a fruit smoothie, raspberry, banana, bit of milk in there. That's fine. Banana raspberry's favourite. Maybe put the strawberries in. Smoothies are good. Get all your nutrients in one go, don't you? But I think it's partly the working from home phenomenon. Oh, massive now. But that's going to get worse because AI is coming in. More job losses, you see. More recession, more struggles, more people pissed off. And alcoholism is just about to boom. Sadly, it really is. It's going to be out of control. It's out of control now. What do you mean mindfulness, Thomas? Hot penny. Richard, it makes you not want to let them out. Yeah, it's very true that. You know, we did it. I did it. My father must have been desperate to get me off the booze, but I didn't do it. Thankfully, I was sober just before he died. At least he saw me sober a couple of times. He saw me sober for that 8-year period. He was back up north, which was good. And he was devastated when I went back on it. As a parent, you would be, wouldn't you? He sees me get well again, and they go back on it. Why did they go back on it? And you can't explain it, can you? Why you went back on it, and it's really devastating for yourself and for your family to see you get back in that state again. It just didn't do any good at all. Well, folks, we had quite a good chat tonight. Thanks for everybody for coming on. Thanks for all your support and donations and the coffees, and thanks also to anybody new. Thanks, Hayden. We're just about wrap up, unfortunately, but thanks for coming on. Hi, Steve. Hope everyone's good. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Hayden. Happy New Year to you. Hope we had a good one. And let's get back on track for normal. Week ahead. Back on, thanks, Steve. Thomas Brand. Look it up. Mindfulness brings you to right now at the time. Okay, we'll have a look at that, Thomas. Thanks. Let's look at 2026 as being the healthiest year so far. Yeah, lose a bit of weight if you need to, put some on if you need to, eat better food. As the infamous Gordon Ramsay says, buy the best food you can afford. It's so important. Richard, cheers, John. She's only 22 and in uni, and alcohol is a culture. It's massive, isn't it, Richard? Alcohol. It was not. I was a policeman when I was 21. I was a sergeant when I was in mid 20s, and alcohol was massive in central London. And everybody was expected to drink, really. Thanks, John. You're welcome. See you soon, and I'll try and get on tomorrow night. I didn't have time to put a post on tonight, but I'll get on if I can. Thanks, Stephen, and everyone for the support. Stay sober, please. We can all do it together. Yeah, safety in numbers, isn't it? Safety in numbers. You can't do it on your own. Urbanist, thanks for your live stream and chat. A wonderful day, evening out there. Thanks very much, Urban. We've enjoyed your lunch. Martin, see you soon. Anybody else who's out there watching? We've got a lot of people on tonight, which is brilliant. And don't. Thanks, Paul. Very inspiring message there. Keep going. You can recover. You can get better. You can get rid of the symptoms of this. But you still got to be vigilant no matter how long you've been sober. You still got to keep an eye on things. Please have a look at the last video I put on about drinking alone. It's very true what I said, and it's sad drinking alone. And thanks very much for all of your support over the last year, and thanks to everybody for coming on. One of the things coming on here is the first stage of admitting you've got a problem. And now there's lots of people like you. When you're struggling on your own, you think, wow, I'm the only person. Everyone's having a great time apart from me in life. their lives are great. Mine's not. No, your life can be great as well. Your life probably is great, a lot better than most people. Scarlett, thanks to you and everyone for keeping me on track. You're welcome, Scarlett. I hope everyone benefits. Hope you can support the channel in the future. And thanks for your comments. And thanks, I suppose, for getting through Christmas, because you've helped me as well. I got a lot out of it. And it's good to see that people are taking things on board. Because my story is real. There's no bullshit. I'm quite honest with you, And I'm very, very, very pleased to be alive. Is a message I would say to people. And I tell everybody, how do you do it? How do you keep alive? You just don't fucking drink. It's as simple as that. You just don't drink. Okay, folks, we'll see you all soon and have a nice Saturday. As I say, it's back to normal Monday, really, for everybody. All of the shops now are open anyway, and wander around and get some more groceries. Found the food that had been wasted. All right, folks, see you soon. Take care. Good night. Cheers, John, for moderating tonight, and speak to you soon.